you want to see me launch a product fast? In this series, I'm challenging myself to build a brand new product from the ground up all the way to a premium looking MVP, which is going to be convincing to customers, just so I can test the market with a realistic product instead of just a landing page, and sign up to be updated if you're interested. If you really want to see how I get along, just follow along this series and it should be an entertaining one for you. If you haven't seen the first episode of this series, the idea is all about a custom Shedd configurator, which is entirely web-based, essentially. Create your Shedd and configure it according to your desired dimensions and all sorts of things, different types of cladding, different types of roof, different types of floor, timber frame, all those things. So if you want more details, go and check out the first episode of this series, and you're gonna get some more details about the entire build from there. Now, without wasting any more of your time, let's just jump right in. Okay, so step number one, it's gonna be a little bit of a painful one. Obviously, if we're gonna build a premium MVP and a digital product, essentially, it has to have a name, right? So here we go. We need to sit down and crack our heads to try and figure out a name for this. I will just spare you all the indecision and all the brainstorming and all the different notes and scribbles and scratches and all that. And I will just jump straight into the final idea, which is Shedd.ae. Yeah, so but it's the only difference is that it's a double D for Shedd. So Shedd with double D in the end. And .ae because effectively, yeah, I don't know about you, but .com these days feels so 1990s. You know, like if you're a kind of boomer guy, you're gonna go and register your domain .com. I'm really not feeling like .com, so you know, I'm gonna go with a trendy one, which is .ae, which is the country I live in. And here we go. Okay, so step number two is to head over to TaskGill website. TaskGill is an awesome website, and it's a domain host provider here in the UAE. You can see now in the screen that I'm just browsing through it and searching for the desired domain name. And I will just go ahead and purchase the domain name for my digital product that I want to launch in the next 2 weeks. All right, brilliant. So now that I have my domain purchased and ready to go, now it's time to think about, you know, some styles and look and feel for my digital product. And I don't know if any of you know, but I'll just share here quickly. I come from a back-end development and technical architecture background. I have 22 years experience in the, and essentially, quite honestly, I always trusted my designers and my branding guys, along with my front-end developers, to look after all this side of things. And I honestly, I'm just design and style and branding stupid, basically. Yeah, not really smart. So I just completely trust Fable 5 with this. So what I did was when Fable 5 was out, for the brief moment that it was out, this was one of the little prompts I did, and I essentially got it to create a premium looking website for a digital product called Shedd.ae. And essentially what you're seeing now in the screen is a small demo about it. And the prompt had, you know, premium looking website, you know, Arabic as first language, mainly in honor to my hosts here in the country of UAE, which are lovely people, and you know, they provided me a lovely country for so many years. And this website, I really wanted to bring out all my gratitude for being here, being a resident, and also, you know, just make it looking premium for the UAE itself. So here's what you're seeing. It's supposed to be Arabic first, but it's Arabic and English, so you can switch between the language. And I'll just keep it bilingual, essentially, just Arabic and English. And it also has this lovely little snapshot of what it could be for you to model your own shed. So if you land on the home page, you're going to be able to choose a couple of dimensions only, and just get a feel for what it is, you know, that you're going to see once you sign up and you play with the actual real application inside of this digital product. All right, brilliant. So now that you've seen the look and feel of the website and the styles and all that, and hopefully you liked it, now it's time to work a little bit on the prompt for the build of this actual system. So what you're seeing here is a little snapshot of my artificial intelligence operating system. I used Claude Code for it, and I have a myriad of custom commands and also skills installed on it. I have all my knowledge base living inside this location, this folder location in my computer. And what I'm doing here is to essentially just issue a command. Create new project custom command will essentially just instance a few folders. Will create a few folders in my file system in a predefined location. It will then pull in some sample code, which will be used by some of my custom skills. I have some custom skills that will feed from the sample code essentially. And then it will bring in as well a predefined agents.md and Claude.md as well, which are very important to instruct the coding agents on coding practices, best practices, architectural concerns, and all sorts of different details that are required for an agentic software development lifecycle. Okay, perfect. So now just quickly switching over to a notepad, which is where I am writing a brief description of what I think the plan should be. So for now, this is what I do. I just make notes on a notepad, like you can see, and that's what I'm gonna give as input to my next custom command, which is essentially create plan. Okay, my Claude Code console again. I have Opus 4.8 set up because Fable 5 is not available anymore. Thinking level to max because I want this plan to be real slick and real tight. I don't want it to have any defects. I want to be able to review it and feel confident about it. Well, by the way, I'm not gonna set it to your ultra code mode because I frankly think it's a token burning furnace, tokens and spinning up 50 different agents and things like that. So to me, this is all pure hype. Don't believe these things. You don't need that, honestly. Like if you want to get a project up and running, and most definitely you're not gonna have 50 agents working through the night, while you sleep. That's just pure hype. Sorry, guys. Claude to pick up coding samples to replicate best practices, and also replicate coding patterns and unit testing and all those good things that you want to build into a new project, which is gold really. It's extremely time saving, and also you end up with a product that it's acceptable, readable, maintainable, all those good things as well. There is lots of cybersecurity fixes and approaches and techniques inside as well. So yeah, that's definitely a massive plus. Anyway, jumping straight to the next point. Now that we created the input to my create plan command, I will just get it going and let it work on creating the first draft of the plan for us to review. Brilliant. Okay, finished writing the plan. What you can see now in my screen is the actual plan that I wrote, and I'm switching here to another goodie that I just implemented on the fly just to make it easier for us all. I just essentially converted the plan into a HTML file for us to better visualize the content. And I will spend some time reviewing this plan and fine-tuning it, correcting things here and there, and essentially just making sure I'm fully comfortable with it before going to the next step, which is a sub-step of this one really, and essentially it's all to do with doing some adversarial checks on this plan. So what I will do now is I will open Visual Studio Code, and I'm gonna trigger codex, and I'm gonna prompt it to essentially work as an adversarial checker, essentially just checking that the plan is top notch and doesn't have any major gaps or issues or concerns. But not only, I'm gonna go further than this, and I'm gonna open up my instance of anti-gravity and get Gemini to do just the same adversarial check. And this is essentially just really building in a lot of robustness in my plan and making sure that the implementation plan doesn't have any major gap or any major defects essentially. So yeah, let's look at what they come up with. All right, perfect. Now that I finished reviewing all the plan and I'm happy with it, and the adversarial checks have been done by Codex and Gemini themselves as well, I'm just gonna kickstart the build and let it run while I sleep overnight, of course, yeah, like with 100 agents. No, jokes apart. I'm gonna build this with Claude Code, thinking level max as well, just to essentially build a good version of it, which is hopefully as robust as possible from a first shot. And yeah, let's see if we manage to complete it within the day. Completing it within the day would be a massive win. Yay, great news, guys. Guess what? They finished within 2 hours. Like, it's not a joke. I had time to go and have lunch. I had time to go and hang out with my kids. I had time to go and review another piece of code. And essentially, yeah, it finished the implementation in under 2 hours. And I just want you to bear in mind as well, this is an MVP product test as well, so it doesn't really have to be absolutely perfect. The main objective here is to come up with something that is trustworthy, watertight from a cybersecurity perspective, that displays trust, that will be out there. It will essentially just convince people to buy. The market out there engages with it, and the product is real and can sustain itself on its own. That's the main goal here. And as you know, I'm basically aiming at wrapping these within 2 weeks. Let's see how far I get. But I'm feeling a little bit confident, let's say. But I will stop here for today because essentially the next step is going to be to actually begin deploying this to AWS cloud, and I'm going to be hosting it completely serverless. That's going to be the job for tomorrow, setting up the cloud and AWS and hosting it in AWS and getting it going and testing it for the first time. But I haven't seen it running yet, so it might be that I just open it up and it's just something flat like the Google homepage, something stupid like that. If it's interesting for you, stay tuned. It's gonna be an interesting journey, and maybe give us a like and subscribe as well, and let's see how far I take this product. Hopefully it's a success and you're gonna be following it. Cheers, bye.